Everyone, so today I've already done a makeup tutorial on this, which I'm going to upload soon, but today I'm going to do a wigs video. This was requested by a girl named Danny Gore. I'm really sorry if I got your name wrong. I'm not very good at pronouncing names, but yes, she asked me to do this video, and yeah, so I'm doing it. I'm going to start off with the ones that I don't particularly wear. So I'll start off with this one first. This one, it's quite long, goes on for quite forever. This one's probably the most expensive one that I own, and it is terrible, to be honest. I can't really pronounce that. What I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to put in the order that I did them in. I'm actually going to put the brands on what they were, but this one was about £45. It was quite expensive, and it's just terrible. I wore it for about a month, and the ends, you know when you get extensions and they're really cheap, and you get them and you wear them throughout the day, and then halfway through the day they just go in clumps, like rats. That's what everyone seems to call them, but it's exactly like that, and it's just awful, and it feels horrible, and it's just a horrible wig. And because it doesn't have a lace on it or anything like that at the top, you can't see. I mean, it does in the where your scalp would be. Oh, one's just fallen down. A scalp would be. It does have that kind of real life thing, but as for the front, you know, you can basically see that it's fake. So that's really annoying. So I don't wear that one. This one I rarely use, and that's because I don't really have much vintage stuff, but this is quite a vintage wig. I do love it though, it's really soft. This is actually by the same company as that one, the one I just showed, and this one's really nice, and it's kept up for a really long time, and I do put it down to the fact that it is shorter. This comes to about here on me, and then that one comes to about past my waist sometimes. It depends on if you've brushed it or anything else as well, because as it lifts as it gets tangly. But this one's really nice, and you can basically just throw it in a bag, or you can just throw it on the floor for the night or anything, and it just doesn't tangle or anything. It doesn't get all horrible. So this one's really good, and I keep this one in the drawer because I rarely use it, because it doesn't get tangly or anything else, so I know that I can trust it. The other one I rarely use is this one, and it's a really light pink one. It's by the cheapest brand. I'm not going to try and pronounce it, but it's by the cheapest brand that at Gigi's in Harlow. All of these pretty much are from Gigi's in Harlow, and this one is okay if you have dark hair. Even if you do have a blonde wig cap on, you will still be able to see your hair through this. It doesn't have very good netting, and it does fall out and tangle a bit, and it's kind of got that dry sense to it as well, and it's not very comfortable to wear. If you're going to be doing something, you're going to be working, or you're going to be doing anything, it's not very practical. If you're just going to be walking around for the day or anything like that, then it's okay. But if you're actually going to be doing anything, it's not a good idea, because the fringe gets in the way and you just end up getting into a big fuss and end up wanting to take it off. So, which I had done quite a few times at college. The next one, if I can go over, God, shouldn't put them too far away, is this one. Now this one I do use, but it's a bit fluffy to keep out, because it does take up a bit of room, so I keep this in the drawer, but I put it in a net so it doesn't get too tangly. This one's from Amazon, and it cost me about £15, and it's the first wig I ever bought, so it's quite precious to me, and it's a cosplay wig, and you can get this in a red, a black and a brown, and I've always wanted to get the other colours, but I never just got round to it. It does molt a bit, but all wigs do, so you know. It does get tangly. It's only because I've had it for about a year now, and I think that's pretty good going for a wig that's about £15 off Amazon. They're also on eBay as well, but I don't know how much they are. I think they're a bit cheaper. and it's got like a side fringe, and it's quite like a golden blonde. It doesn't have any like realness in there, so you sometimes you can see that it's basically fake, but it is such a gorgeous wig that I don't really care. I just love it so much. But yeah, I keep that in there, and it doesn't really tangle as much. If you are going to start wearing wigs, the first tip I would give you is always take a brush with you, like a big paddle brush, nothing like, not like a comb or anything like that, just like a big paddle brush that you can take with you, that you can fit in your handbag. It'd be perfect, and it can sort out all the tangles or anything else as well, so you know, it's really, really helpful. The next one I'm going to pick is this one. I do have this one out. This one is from another cheapy brand, from GG's. These ones usually cost about £18, and I do get along with these ones. This one's the red one, and it has a fringe. The fringe is a bit too long for me, so I'm going to ask my auntie to cut it for me when I get into wearing it again. This one does molt a bit, and it is quite long. So, but then again, it doesn't go all rat tally. It will go a little bit like, so it kind of looks like a little bit greasy, if that makes sense, or like wettish, because it's kind of, it like goes into like little clumps, if that makes any sense to anyone. But if you have that paddle brush with you and you just brush it throughout the day, then it'll be fine. I usually brush my wigs if I'm wearing them at college, because I have to have my hair up. I'll take it out when we've got a break, and I'll brush it, and then I'll put it back up again. Or if we've got lunch, I'll take it out, I'll brush it, leave it out for lunch, let it breathe a little bit, and then put it back up. Make sure you are in a big mirror when you do put your hair up, the wigs up, if you're going to, because you know, the sides of your hair could like slip out and you won't notice because you're not in a mirror, you know. So that's another tip I would give you. This one does also, or like all the ones that I had apart from the Amazon one, yeah, have the scalp in it to make it look real. So yeah, I really do get along with this one. The only problem is with it is that it, you know, I think the fringe is a bit too long, and so yeah, but I do really like this one. The next one, which might creep you out a little bit, is this wig. Now, you've seen this wig in quite a few tutorials, and I've put a mask on it. I basically bought this mask in Dead Good up in Great Yarmouth, which I was a couple of weeks ago, and I had nowhere else to put it, and I thought, you know, if anyone's seen V for Vendetta, he kind of has this kind of hair, minus the fringe, I think. I'm not too sure, I haven't watched it in quite a while, but it was the closest to what he actually has, so I thought I'd just put it on this, and it actually was quite cool, in like the corner of my room anyway. But I do really get along with this wig. I've stopped wearing it for a while now because it's kind of getting a little bit tatty, if that makes any sense, because I've been wearing it for so long, and this one's another cheap brand. This is the second wig that I ever bought, if I'm right. I bought this one along with the pink one, and this cost me about £18 as well, in GG's again, and yeah, it's really, really, really nice. I really would get along with it, but at the moment it's not been my favourite wig, especially with the weather or anything like that, because I think it went a bit weird when I wore it out in the snow once, and then it kind of went all like this, but you know, if you just brush it, then it comes back to life again. The next one, which is my friend Nicole's favourite, and it's this one, and this could be kind of like a two-style wig. Some wigs you buy and you go, okay, that suits a specific look or anything like that. This one can go for quite a few. You could wear this, you know, for a little bit of an Essex girl, you know, ice blonde, very long, with a kind of tapered fringe that sweeps straight across. The fringe is a bit long, but to keep it out of the way, to keep on like flicking it, or just flick your head, or like get a bobby pin and put it out of the way or anything like that. It does look a bit rat-taily, and that's because I haven't brushed it in about forever. But like I said, just brush it throughout the day and it'll look fine. But the other style that this would go to is kind of like a scene type, you know, like what I like to dress like sometimes, so it will go with that, and then sometimes I have kind of like dresses and things like that this would go with, so it goes with a lot of styles, which I like, and it is quite long. Sorry if you can hear any noise, there's very strange people out there. Anyway, so yeah, so this is really, really nice and I really, really like it. And the final one, actually no, second to final, is this one. It fell off the side, now it's gone all weird. So just brush her out a little bit. This is a blonde bob. Bobs don't suit me at all, and I found that out when I got this. So I rarely wear it, and if I do, it'll be like inside or with something that I think might wear it. But I usually just put my bunny ears, which I got like ages ago in Claire's, and I just put them on top of there, just for a little bit of style, because I don't really wear it. So that's that. And then my favourite, which I bought recently, and by the way, the bob one is the other cheap one, which I think cost me about £18 again, and the long blonde one was a sleek one. Now, sleek is my favourite. This is what Sleek also produced. This is my favourite one at the moment. I've been wearing it all the time. The blonde one I think cost me about £35. It was one of the more expensive expensive sleek ones. And this one I got up in Great Yarmouth, and there was a shop I think called Beauty Essentials. I'll put the what's it called, the address, internet address in the description bar. It's a place that sells sleek ones, and they're all £25, which I thought was a really, really good deal, because they are so soft, and you know, they still need a brush throughout the day and things like that. But the other day I actually went without a brush because I forgot it, and it still lasted lovely, and it's quite long. This one comes down to just here, if you can see that, and it's got a fringe, and it just doesn't feel itchy, it's not uncomfortable, it's really, really soft, and sorry, strange people outside, and there's, yeah, it's just a great wig, and you know, it's really, really nice to wear. Sometimes you'll get wigs that feel really hot, and that's, I don't even know why that is, but I'm assuming it's because they've got like a lot more hair to, like, if it's longer, then it's not great to use out in summer, obviously. So kind of go for shorter wigs if you're somewhere that's really, really hot. But then again, if you're used to the heat, then it might be easier on you. I'm not too sure. We're not used to the heat over here in England, so it's not great to wear really any wigs if it's this hot. But the other tip that I would give you, this only applies to people that have cats. I'm not 100% sure people with dogs, but people that have cats, don't leave your wig caps around. Most places in GG's, near enough, I think every brand in GG's will give you a free wig cap to do. If you have black hair, the service in there is so lovely. They will most probably give you a blonde wig cap to fit your wig, depends on what colour it is, and if it's black, they'll just give you a black one if you've got blonde hair or light hair, or your wig is black or whatever, or a dark colour. But if you do have wig caps, don't leave them around with your cats, because what I've learnt quite a few times now is that I've left them on the side, or left them on the floor where I've just taken off my wig in a hurry to go bed, and I found them downstairs just mangled into pieces with my cats. I found it absolutely hilarious to kill it, basically, just kill my wig caps, and they're just like holes in them, and it's awful. The other thing I would say is I have a sparkly ring that's got rhinestones in it. Don't wear that. Don't wear anything to do with rings or bracelets that have that can cling to things whilst you're putting on your wigs, because it could catch like a little fibre on it and then just split the whole thing. You know, it layers like in tights, basically. It does the same thing because it's made of the same material. So yeah, don't do that. So yeah, so that's the only tips that I can really give you. I hope that you enjoyed this and found it interesting. So thanks for watching. Bye.